Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So before we get into it really quick, do you guys ever have a day where you're just feeling a little goofy or I don't know, like playful? I do that some days. There are days where I'm just kind of like a kid and I'm like crazy and wild and I'm saying crazy things and my kids are like, what's wrong with mom? But I'm feeling that way today, and I know you guys didn't click on this video to listen to me talk about being childish, but give me 5 seconds, okay? So when I sit down to film, I always have my notes up or the article that I'm gonna kind of go off of. I have it up and I kind of read everything to myself. So when I click record, I'm not just reading everything verbatim, and I can look up at the camera every once in a while, and I'm not like this as I'm talking to you guys. And I notice as I'm doing that, I'm just kind of being a little goofy, which I honestly think could make my videos a little bit more interesting, being a little goofy. So you guys bear with me. Today's going to be a fun day. So anyways, the tell-all, the sit-down, the one-on-one for the sister wives, the first part of that aired Sunday night. It aired this past Sunday night. Part 2 comes up next week. But last week, we got to see a clip for next week where Christine actually said that she does not believe in polygamy anymore. That it's not for her and that she does not believe in it. Basically saying that she is done with plural marriage. She is done with polygamy. The sister wife star who split with her husband Kody last year has decided that she no longer wants to be a polygamist. Which I'm like, yeah, girl, do you? She's said several things about living like a monogamous lifestyle and how she doesn't think that it could be for her. But I'm like, I think it could. I just think she needs to, if she finds a man that she likes, she has to go in it making things known. You got to make sure you don't get a man who is like so all about you that he doesn't want you to do things. If you get a man that has friends himself and that he is like, he goes hunting every once in a while, or he's on a bowling league, or he plays tennis, he does things himself, then you can get a man where, you know, while he may come home every night, you have your nights where you go out with the girls and you go to the movies or you go shopping or you spend the day with your friends. And then he has his days where he's going bowling or he's going to play in tennis tournaments or he's going on a hunt to where he's gone for a week. So it's possible, just because, you know, one of her things is like, I wanted my freedom. She knew from jump that she was going to live this type of lifestyle, but to continue to have some freedom, I think it really just comes down to her choosing a man that understands that she wants a little freedom still, you know, because if she gets a man that has nothing going on and that he is like solely focused on her, then yeah, it's probably going to be tough for her going from living that lifestyle to all of a sudden having a man that he is there every second of every day, 24/7. That probably would be really tough for Christine. So, you know, after Christine pretty proudly announced that she and Kody were divorced, she said that she no longer feels that polygamy is a good choice for her. On the preview that we got to see, she said, I don't want polygamy because I don't believe in it for me anymore. And then Kody, right after that, it shows Kody, and he says, we've got all these great memories, and we've got these beautiful children, and you hate polygamy? What the crap? And I'm like, she hates polygamy because her experience living that lifestyle was so terrible. I also believe that she could probably get into a relationship with another polygamous family where it's better. Maybe a family where she's like the third wife, and it cuts off at that. But definitely, yeah, going back to this family and staying in this family, I don't think would have ever worked for her. So during episode 1 back in 2010, Christine's feelings about polygamy had changed since then. That's when we first met her, 2010. On the very first episode, Christine was actually pregnant with Truly at the time. She said she grew up having no doubt that one day she would join a plural family. She said on part 1, episode 1, 2010. She tells the camera in her confessional, she says, I always knew I'd live a polygamous lifestyle. That's probably because I grew up and was raised in it. So I wasn't ever interested in single guys. If the guys asked my dad about me, I would just turn them down because I didn't want them. I never wanted to be married to a man. I always wanted the sister wives. I just like the idea of companionship. I like the idea of the freedom that it got me. I actually wanted sister wives more than a husband for a time of my life. I wanted the whole family. I did not just want just Kody. So that makes sense. But, you know, really, you can have best friends and not share your husband with them. Like, you know, I have best friends who, yeah, while I don't get to see all the time and I'm busy with my real life and raising my kids and work and everything, but you can call them on the phone. When your husband does something stupid, you can call them and be like, girl, let me tell you what he did today. You know, you can still vent, you can still talk to, you can go do things with them and not have to share your husband with them. Also, during that same episode, Christine says something that was kind of maybe like foreshadowing what the life or what her life in the Brown family home has become. In episode 1, now this was before Robin officially married Kody and joined the family, Christine said, there will be situations where a girl will come into the family and she just wants the man and it rips the family apart. Now, recently I made a video where Robin kind of places the blame on Janelle and Christine for destroying their family culture. Christine, the most because Christine left, right? Their family culture is there's all these women and everybody gets along great, nobody leaves, and Christine destroyed that. They comply with their husband's every direction, and that's just the way that they live. Their husband is the king, he's the master, he's the puppeteer, and everybody else just, everybody loves each other, everybody's great, everybody just loves their life, and it's the best of the best of the best, and nobody leaves because why would they leave? It's the best thing since sliced bread. And she blames Janelle and Christine for messing that up. Like I said, mainly Christine. Now, on that video, so many people in the comment section was like, girl, Christine and Janelle didn't mess it up. You did when you came into the fold because you wanted Kody all to yourself. So it's ironic that that's the way everyone looks at Robin. Robin claims she's not. You know, Robin's like, I'm in it for the family. I want Kody to have a relationship with Mary. I want Kody to have a relationship with Christine. When their relationships aren't great and thriving, it bothers me. Nobody believes that. Like, nobody believes that Robin really feels that way. And everybody thinks of Robin as the one that came in and just wanted to, like, take over the show and, you know, steal Kody for herself. And that is exactly what Christine, back in 2010, episode 1, what she talked about. And she said, when you have these types of women come into the family and they want just the man, it rips the family apart. And now that's where we're at. Their family's been ripped apart because it seems that, you know, Robin came in, and while she proclaims to want something different and be all about Kody having good marriages with everyone else, watching the show, everyone gets a different vibe that Robin just wants him for herself. So since, you know, Christine announced their breakup, she left Flagstaff. She's moved back to Utah, which makes sense because that's where her adult children live. Kody and the rest of the family, they remain in Flagstaff. During this season of Sister Wives, we watched on as Christine and Kody's marriage, how it just deteriorated. And that led to Kody telling Christine that he no longer wanted to be intimate with her. That statement caused Christine to realize that her marriage to Kody was over. So she boxed up his books and his hair moves, and she told him that he is no longer welcome, you know, to stay at her house. If they're not going to be intimate, he's not going to sleep over. He's not going to sleep in her bed, and he can come over. He can see Truly, but that needs to be it. In March of 2021, just a few months after Christine boxed up Kody's stuff, Christine still seemed to be in favor of the polygamous lifestyle. She sat down and she did a Zoom interview with Us Weekly. Now, this could be she was just trying to conceal the fact that her and Kody were split up. That's a possibility because that news had not came out yet. So maybe she was attempting to keep that split on the down low at the time. But in the interview, Christine was asked if she ever wished she was in a monogamous relationship. And she said, oh gosh, that seems like a lot of work. It's so out there beyond my understanding to have a guy around every night. I feel like it would cramp my style because I've never heard of that. I've never been a monogamous person ever. So, you know, let me tell you, I've been married to my husband for 13 years and we've probably spent 6.5 of those years together. He worked oil field where he was gone 21 days at a time. He worked oil field where he was gone, 14 days at a time. Military, like, girl, you can find you a man that works away. Find you a man that works out of state. That way he's home once a month, twice a month, on the weekends. That would suit you. Or, like I said, a man that has his own friends and he still has a life that he wants to continue, where he goes out with his friends, once a week. And then you go out with your friends once a week. That puts 2 nights out of the week that you can spend time with your friends. Or then you could just say, hey, I'm going to hang out with my friends tonight. I'll be home late. And then tomorrow I'm going shopping by myself. Just for me time. I don't think she's realizing that it's not as smothering as she's making it out to be. It definitely doesn't have to be. I think she could be happy like that. But also I think she could be happy by herself. Like, I think Christine has come such a long way in discovering how strong that she is and how independent she can be. So I really don't feel like she even needs a man. Like, girl, you can be happy on your own. Just play the field if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Now, also in the interview, she said that as soon as Kody and her married, she was the 3rd wife. So as soon as she got married, she already had that sense of independence because he wasn't with her every night. In the preview for next week's episode, Christine and Kody discussed the fact that Kody told Christine that he was done being intimate with her, which for them includes, doing the grown up, as well as kissing, cuddling, and hand holding. Christine stated that when she asked if there would ever come a point to where they would be intimate again, Kody told her probably not. And Kody blames all of this on Christine. That it's her fault things ended up the way that they ended up. He said, I didn't want to be intimate because I had somebody who was stabbing me in the back. He also said that she betrayed him, and the way that she betrayed him is by telling some of the sister wives and the adult children that she was thinking about leaving Kody. And I had someone point this out to me. So Kody cannot divorce the women, and he cannot tell the women to leave. But he can tell them that he's going to withhold intimacy from them, basically forcing them to make the decision. So it always falls on them. And then if you can't divorce the women, then how did you divorce Mary? I feel like there's always a loophole, and the loopholes only work in Kody's favor. Kody has said, even with this, talking about Christine leaving, he said he fears the karma that may come in the future because he's divorcing. In his mind, it's against his faith, it's against his religion, it's against his beliefs to divorce a wife. But I'm like, you already did, and your excuse was so you could adopt Robin's kids. Was that okay? Did you talk to God? Did God allow you to divorce one wife so you could take on another to adopt her children? I would like to know, because if it's okay for you to divorce your first wife, to marry another one, to adopt her children, then maybe you should pray and ask God, listen, we're not happy, and I don't want to leave her in a loveless marriage. I don't feel like that would be fair. God, can we get a divorce here? For him to claim to be so strongly against divorce and it being against his religion, and he fears what will happen in the afterlife or even karma in this life, then why did he divorce Mary? Why was that okay? You guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Christine saying that polygamy is not for her, that she don't believe in it anymore. I see why, and I feel like she could have had such a better experience with someone else, and then she would have always believed in it. That she don't believe in it anymore because of her own experience with Kody. But yeah, you guys leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and make sure you give this video a huge thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to this channel yet, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below, because I'm so close to 50,000, and I will really feel like a YouTuber then at 50,000. I don't know why, literally, I don't know why, but I told my husband, I said, I don't feel like a YouTuber. I feel like when I get to 50,000, then I'll feel like a YouTuber. So you guys help me feel like a YouTuber. Hit that subscribe button down below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.